Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope that you guys have been doing well while I have been away. But yeah, I am here to do another video for my channel, and this is a review of my monthly palette. I did one of these way back when, and that was the hard candy palette, of which I did love, and I have used that and abused that, and I am taking a break from it because I have used it so much. But I'm here with another palette review right now that I have been loving ever since this palette came out, and it is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this palette. The hype on this palette is for real. It is an amazing palette. I am wearing it on my eyes today. The lid color that I have on is from the Master Palette by Mario, also in collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I absolutely love it. This is about the 7th look that I have been able to create out of this one palette. I have never had a palette where I've been able to create more than at least 3 looks, and that's it. This palette, it's a little dirty, excuse the palette. Sorry. Excuse the palette because it's a little bit dirty. Well, obviously because I have been using it. But, like I said, I've been wearing it the entire month of September and October. It's in my October favorites. And I've been absolutely loving it. As I said, this is the 7th look that I was able to create, and that's why I love this palette. It is so versatile. It is so versatile, and you can just create as many looks as you want with this palette. Okay, so let's get into the palette first of all. This palette is mostly filled with matte shades. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the right angle. So this palette is mostly filled with just matte shades, as you can see. Okay? Mostly matte shades in this palette, and I see a lot of people say they only see 2 shimmers, but me personally, I see 3 shimmers in here, and the shimmers which are lid colors for me is Vermeer, which is right here, and Antique Bronze, and Primavera. So those are the 3 shimmers that lid colors that I see in this palette, and everything else is absolutely matte. Everything else, beyond those 3 colors, everything else is absolutely matte. This is a warm tone palette, and I mostly use this palette, except for those 3 lid colors, as transitioning shades or crease shades. And let me tell you, when you use them as transitioning shades and crease shades, the look comes out wonderful as long as it's blended correctly. You need to blend them correctly, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I forget to blend out a certain shadow, but once you blend them in correctly, you can use any of these colors as transitional shades. I will be inserting swatches of this palette later on, so that you guys will be able to see what they look like on my hand. But yeah, I absolutely love the palette. The only thing that I have about this palette is that it has a lot of kickback of eyeshadows, but all you honestly need to do is just tap off your brushes. You put your brush in the palette, tap it off, and you go in with the shadows that you want to use and for whatever you want to use it for. Other than that, it is fine. It blends like a dream. I have never had a palette where it has blended so amazingly well, especially with these warm tone colors. These are colors that are really difficult to blend in other palettes, but not in this palette. Anastasia did a wonderful job in this palette, making sure that it was blendable and soft and buttery, and I absolutely love this palette. As I said, I will be inserting swatches of the top row and the bottom row in just a few moments, so stick around and stay tuned for the swatches. And yeah, but I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video, okay? But before you go, I definitely recommend that you pick up this palette. It is permanent in the Anastasia line. And even though it's permanent, it is constantly being sold out. So I got it like a couple months after it came out because I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted it, but I am glad I eventually got it. And I recommend that you guys go, if you're in the market for a palette, even though I know a lot of you probably are not because you probably have so much, but if you don't have this one, you need to have this palette as a part of your collection, okay? So that is my recommendation. This palette gets A+++ from me. All right, so again, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.